What's going on, everybody? It's FREEDO here for your Overwatch as we all wait with bated breath for the next hero to come out. Pretty darn sure it's going to be Bridget any day now, any moment even. Blizzard actually went ahead and took a lot of those buffs that they were working with on the PTR onto the live game. So let's take a look at exactly what has changed to the live version of the game as of today. Doomfist's hand cannon ammo recovery rate has been increased from 0.8 seconds to 0.65 seconds per bullet. You know, Jeff Kaplan said in the dev update, this isn't a reload rate, it's a recovery rate. Well, but also, I just want to note that each shot is not actually a bullet. It would be a buckshot, if anything. Okay, thank you very much. But after talking about Doomfist, he is in a very scarily viable position, and I say that because we know what happened when Junkrat kind of got pushed a little bit too far, right? With the full damage double mines, they had to wean that back. Doomfist is very close to being that level of good. They made his spread more reliable in the most recent patch, and now he also recovers his ammo even faster, making for the fluidity and the aggressive, almost oppressive nature that Doomfist can have against your team, because as long as he has something to do, he's very active and just channels his abilities over and over again. So this recovery rate is definitely a big deal. And his footsie game back and forth to punch, get out, go back in, all that can be all for naught if he doesn't get those key pickoffs. So that's really good for Doomfist, and I would put him in the caution category. Any more buffs, we could have a major Doom problem on our hands, so I think we should leave this one alone. Mei had her endothermic blaster buffed, making her alternate fire require less ammo, meaning she has more ice picks in the holster, I guess. But also the freeze/slow duration is increased from 1 to 1.5 seconds. I think this is actually quite significant against characters like Genji, or really anybody that wants to be using a lot of mobility to dance around Mei. The longer it takes for her foes to shake the cold, the more power that she has to potentially follow up with a right-click headshot or successfully track that opponent until they become an ice cube themselves. And there's actually quite a few really talented Mei players in the Overwatch League, which makes me wonder, is this patch going to be going live into stage 2? We're quite early on, so it wouldn't have changed too much considering there's only been 1 week of play. And I say that even more so because the next character that they changed is Sombra, which is a incredibly powerful hero in the maps where she can be used to farm up EMP with health packs. In the Overwatch League, we're seeing that a lot. But now, as of today, that play style is no more. The design of Sombra now is confidently in the DPS category. EMP is a bit more reliable. It used to be blocked by small objects. That's no longer a thing. But more importantly, her hack on health packs no longer gains ultimate charge. There's only a marginal benefit to hacking packs now. Really, you want to be doing it to like maybe deny the pack from the enemy. That's still a decent advantage, but realistically, you want to be using hack for the midfight hack, which now has been sped up. It used to take 0.8 seconds, now it takes 0.65. More snappy, responsive. You can hit that tracer as she's reloading between blinks. You probably can hit it onto Reinhardt before he successfully uses hammer down. It's got all sorts of disable effects, and it might seem like a small change, but it's a really big deal to how her midfight works. And now, hack in general disables all sorts of things, making it even more effective. Genji, Hanzo, Pharah, Lucio, and Mercy all have passive abilities that either let them double jump, wall climb, hover in air. Lucio's wall riding and passive songs, all of those things get disabled. You hack a Pharah in the sky, she will slowly and sadly fall from wherever she is, especially funny if she's floating outside the bounds of the map. A hack can successfully drop her to her death. I'm sure that's a play that some more players are going to be quite happy to execute. But also her weapon got buffed. Her machine pistol spread is reduced. It was set to a value of 3 and now it's set to 2.7. I don't know how these numbers exactly work. These are values in the game code. I'm sure some of you are smart enough to know what language they're speaking in here. Previously on the PTR, they said this was a 10% decrease in spread. Quite significant. It's going to really up her effective range. I'm going to say Zenyatta players, look out. Tracer players, especially when I tried this on the PTR, I felt that especially more effective to hose down Tracer or a character like Moira. Both of them have very skinny hitboxes. You probably do need to land the hack on both of them as well to secure that kill, but now you also have the firepower to follow up on it yourself. Her opportunist ability got got changed as well, and that's her passive that allows her to see wounded enemies through walls. On the PTR, they're a little bit vague about this. In this patch note, they are clarifying what exactly it does. Notably, she does not see enemies through walls any differently. If they're at 50% health or less, she can see them through walls and track them down. But now she has a bit more information in the battlefield, so characters that are in her line of sight, if they have less than 100% health, she can see their health bars. So you can see your enemy's health bars just as you would your friendlies. Mainly this is going to allow for her to differentiate wounded targets in the big chaos of a team fight. I wouldn't underestimate this, especially in matchmaking where it can be difficult for anybody to know what's wounded or what they should be fighting. As a complicated team fight breaks out, when you're not looking through a wall, you can see wounded targets more easily as well, if that makes sense. You'll see their silhouette through walls if they're below 50%, but you'll be able to read their health bars in the chaos of a fight out in the open now and differentiate which target you want to attack. Also, her translocator now has an increased duration from 15 seconds up to 20 seconds, which is basically a lifetime. That's a get out of jail free card that doesn't expire. I don't think this change is too harmful. Obviously, it opens the window that Sombra has to play with, but either way, the fundamentals of the translocator I think are pretty cut and dry and fair. You're gonna have to put it quite out of the battle to be safe anyway, and whenever you have to pull it, it's really taking you out of the action. So having to use it is quite a detriment to begin with. On top of that, of course, the enemy could figure out where your translocator is and camp it. So this is a buff, but not one that I think has taken her over the top. It's these other aspects of Sombra's kit that I think we should be excited about changing her gameplay. The question is, where does this leave the character? Because realistically, the EMP farming off health packs was incredibly strong. Does this make her slightly less viable? I think in matchmaking, it makes her a lot better, but in pro play, I'm not so sure that we're going to see her get picked up as much as they were using her. She's better now as a DPS duelist and even more effective at killing supports in the backline. However, when we're talking about the pro level, you already have Genji players that are way more proficient at doing that without needing the kit that Sombra brings. So it's a tricky one. Only time will tell. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. And oh yeah, the last thing, Blizzard World has also had some changes to it. Some of the health packs have been moved or downsized, upsized. I don't know if anybody's really mastered this map yet anyway to know the effects of where these health packs are placed, but likely something that Blizzard had been testing and tracking. I assume that Blizzard World is going live into the competitive rotation when Season 9 goes live March 1st, 0000 hours GMT, which is 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, the 28th of March. And oh yeah, if you haven't noticed already, we've been covering a lot of the news and updates coming out about the new hero. We expect that, I don't know, any minute now as I post this video. I don't know. I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm 99.9% sure it's Bridget. They've leaned pretty hard into the clues on this one. If they trick me, I'm gonna be so upset because Bridget seems like a really cool character, but let me know who you think it is or who you would like it to be in the comment section down below. That's been it for me. I've been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified when our videos go live. Link to the description is our Twitter, as well as our Twitch page, where we've been streaming daily for about a couple weeks now, so you're gonna wanna check that out. That's been it for me. I've been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.